Who, The Timeless Children, the 10th episode of Series 12, is written by Chris Chibnall and starring Jodie Whittaker, Bradley Walsh, Mandip Gill and Tosin Cole. So this episode explores the Doctor's origin story before becoming the first Doctor, William Hartnell, with many forgotten lives as the Timeless Child. So the Doctor has no choice but to follow the Master to Gallifrey to save other people's lives. So she did. Meanwhile, at Cyber Carrier, everyone but Bescott escapes. Sadly, Bescott was killed off. I love the moments with Graham and Yaz complementing each other. They do have great chemistry. So Graham, Yaz, Ravio and Yerdalami disguise themselves as Cybermen after getting human remains out, which must be pretty gross. Imagine if that was R-rated. Plus it does remind me of Star Wars Episode 4 A New Hope, where Han Solo and Luke Skywalker disguise themselves as stormtroopers, which is cool. Cybermen teleported on the planet where Ryan, Ethan and Koa Shamus are. There's great battle scenes. I love the way Ryan celebrates when he destroyed the Cybermen, but of course there's more of them. And there's a tense moment where Ashid and Cybermen are about to kill Ethan. Luckily Graham, Yaz, Ravio and Yerdalami saved him, so the Master puts the Doctor in the Matrix and became friends with Ashid, but shrunk him to death however with his tissue compression, which means the Master has the Cyberium. Not gonna lie, I'm so glad Ashid returned in the power of the Doctor, as I was really sad that he got killed off quickly, so thank God he's resurrected and got more to do, as I really do love Ashid. Now I think Patrick O'Kane, like I said, is brilliant. There's Deadly Assassins references where the Master mentions Panopticon, and they had great times assassinating President of Gallifrey. Great reference. So the Master tells the Doctor a story that she has no memory of. Salem Baxter plays Tecteun, who apparently was a Shobogan and one of the first person from Gallifrey to explore other planets. She found a timeless child in a planet and took her to Gallifrey. And I think Salem is great as Tecteun. When the timeless child and a kid fighting over a toy, the timeless child fell down the cliff and regenerated, which got Tecteun studying the power.
Or so she thought.
Eventually, she tested it on herself and gave herself a regeneration ability. Regenerates into second Tecteun, played by Jake Enwegu. He's great too. I hope I pronounced his surname correctly. Apparently the unidentified division leader in Origins is Tecteun, confirmed by Geordie Hauser. Plus Tecteun and other two Time Lords build new society based in the newly built capital. The regeneration is limited to 12 regenerations, and those guys call themselves the Time Lords. It's also confirmed that the other two Time Lords there are Rassilon and Omega, the founders of Time Lords. Brilliant. So the Master reveals that the Timeless Child is indeed the Doctor.
The child is you.
Long before the first Doctor, William Hartnell, plus Timeless Child was a name used to refer to the mysterious child found on the planet, played by Seven Kids. The Master also showed the Doctor a Time Lord agent, Solpadu, played by Kirsty Besterman, who works for the Division, where she explains the Division was a top secret organisation and did not have any official operatives. And I think she's an interesting character. Brendan reveals to be a Matrix construct. His story was an analogue for the Timeless Child's used to hide the true origin of the Time Lords within the Matrix, and the Master said Tecteun made the story under a visual filter so that anyone who chanced upon it would find this piece of history to be unremarkable. Jodie Whittaker's acting is fantastic, with the 13th Doctor's rage and depressed. She really nailed it.
I'm not sure you can cope with much.
Show me a right! I have a right to know my own life.
Sacha Dhawan is so brilliant as the Master. The character is so evil, sinister, and terrifying.
At least
The Master kept the Time Lord corpses. He gave the Cybermen regeneration abilities, so if they died, they can regenerate back themselves to life, which is interesting. which makes them more dangerous than ever. The fact they can convert humans and can't die. We get a great scene where Jo Martin as the fugitive Doctor returns, encouraging the 13th Doctor to blow her mind. And there's an epic scene where the Doctor breaks herself out of the Matrix with the flashbacks of past episodes such as Monsters, Companions, the previous actors who played the Masters, and also the previous Doctors. Then past the first Doctor to the so-called Morbius Doctors from the Brains of Morbius story during the 4th Doctor Tom Baker's run, Brendan, Timeless Child, and the Fugitive Doctor. Then the Matrix explodes! Awesome. I thought playing the theme was a perfect fitting. Segan Akinola does a fantastic job with the music. So everyone rescued the Doctor. As they went inside a TARDIS, not the Doctor's TARDIS, the Doctor needs to blow up the Gallifrey with the Master and Cyber Masters are on. The only one there is that Ko Sharmas has, and it's just used by hand. So the Doctor says goodbye, and Yaz wasn't keen on it. The Doctor attempts to blow it up with the Master trying to encourage her, but she couldn't, so Ko Sharmas followed. The Doctor left, and he got shot by Cybermen and blown up Gallifrey. On Earth, Graham, Brian, Yaz, Avio, Yadalami and Ethan arrived, and I love the fact that the TARDIS disguised as a house. I do get a bit of Hell-Bent vibes in this episode. So the Doctor got out of a TARDIS disguised as a tree, and reunited with her TARDIS, so she goes inside and have time to herself, and the fact that Jadoon appeared in the TARDIS and imprisons the Doctor, I was like, what?
Fugitive, the Doctor. Sentence, whole of life imprisonment, maximum security facility.
I was not expecting it. Her response is very similar to mine. The fact that she says, what, 3 times. And the cool thing is, that's the 10th Doctor, David Tennant's reference. This episode wrapped up well. What did you think of The Timeless Children and Series 12? This leads to the 2021 New Year special, Revolution of the Daleks. Thanks as always for watching, people, and I'll see you in the next video.